Addressing the first question, if I was the creator of a social justice based dance company, what issue would I present to my audience? Why is this social issue of importance to you? If I was the founder of a dance company whose main goal is to convey messages based upon social evils, I would direct this energy towards environmental social injustice. Environmental problems are rising by the day, and its impact on the marginalized poor sections of the society is not well spoken about. Due to rapid industrialization, urbanization, and the growing greed of humankind, we have forgotten the importance of air, land, and water resources and how it affects the needy, the ones who find it harder to survive in such inhumane conditions. These problems are disproportionately impacting the poor, rural communities, and the indigenous people whose livelihood depends on such natural resources. I would use traditional dances to depict harmony between people and nature, chaotic and intense moments to represent the disruption caused by it, and heart touching, intricate, delicate dance pieces to represent personal stories of, for example, farmers or workers whose land is lost, the children who are suffering from pollution related illnesses, and um, uh, uh, how when indigenous tribes their forests are displaced. Such powerful dances can therefore um, can make these abstract problems, these overlooked issues of environmental degradation more relatable and urgent, driving such message to protect the environment as just not a global necessity but a social and a personal one. Addressing the second question, why are Catherine Dunham and Pearl Primus considered dance legends? In your response, please include unique aspects of what both Dunham and Primus brought towards the dance world. We celebrate Catherine Dunham and Pearl Primus for their contributions to dance, especially in the realm of African American and African dance. They revolutionized the art form, particularly in terms of representation and cultural exploration. Since Dunham had an anthropology background, she combined such with dance, which helped her achieve such goals. Through research and exploration of dance based in Africa and the Caribbean islands, she was able to combine them with American dances such as ballet and expose the African American community to them. She instilled a new level of cultural depth and respect to such dance traditions, developed unique dance techniques that blended African Caribbean dances to ballet and other modern dance elements. She had a way for the emphasis on body isolation, where different parts of the body move independently. She used her art as a platform to promote social change and bridge cultural differences. She was also an advocate. She was also an advocate for civil rights and social justice. Her performances usually highlighted themes of racial inequality, and it was a way to promote cultural pride. Pearl Primus, like Dunham, drew inspiration from African and Caribbean dance forms. She used dance as a platform to address issues such as racial inequality, colonialism. She was a fearless performer who used her body as a powerful instrument. Her work was characterized by its intensity and a depth, her emotional depth. She traveled to Africa similarly, to study traditional dances firsthand, and then her work was combined with a deep understanding and respect for these cultural expressions. She was also a dedicated educator. Her performance, her efforts helped to preserve and promote the African dance traditions in various dance communities, and they broke out social and racial barriers in the dance world, which challenged stereotypes and also opened doors for generations and generations of African American dancers and choreographers, like art in general. Their work as artists and activists demonstrated the power of dance, not only for entertainment but also as a tool for social change. Addressing the third question, describe your thoughts, feelings, emotions when watching the group dances and solos or listening to the dance historians. Be specific when referencing a specific dance title and name the choreographer or the dancer. A dance piece which emotionally moved me was Moner's Bench by Daly Beatty, performed in 1947. This piece is a reflection to display a powerful expression of sorrow and resilience in the face of social and personal adversity, that is, mirroring the internal struggles of a character, response to racial violence and injustice which were faced by African American communities. This dance captures grief and sorrow. The bench on which Taylor Perry revolves his dance around is symbolic and minimalistic. His actions and body movements are fluid, intricate, and expressive. His body language and facial expressions are equally evocative. He helps to convey deep sorrow, contemplation, and a sense of mourning with his dance moves. The fourth question, what aspects of black culture influence African American modern dance choreographers? African American dance choreographers often believe that to truly engross oneself to its own culture is to simply visit it. So, by doing so, they realize the significance of dance to its culture. Apart from its aesthetics and entertainment, it's like a conveyor belt for messages and a voice towards injustice, because dance speaks. They learned multiple interlocking rhythms like polyrhythms and isolated principles where arms, torso, hips, and shoulders move by itself, like they move separately. It was a technique that has been adapted and expanded upon in modern dance, music, etc. They learned that it is a communal participation and they celebrate life events with it. They successfully used such motives as a dance tool for representing cultural integration and social injustices that were faced by African American communities. Addressing the last question, question number 5. Describe the black African aesthetics in dance. Where do you see the black aesthetic African influences in modern dance or other dance forms today? The black African aesthetic in dance is usually marked by polyrhythms, complex dance moves, the body isolation principle, and earthy movements which have strong feet coordinations. This aesthetic is rooted in African dance, music as well, and storytelling. They celebrate individual expression and a collective unity with this. They also have a strong connection between music and dance. It's almost like it goes hand in hand. Today, in modern dance, an example is hip hop. Hip hop dance includes various styles like breaking, popping, locking, etc. And such dances also emphasize on rhythm, improvisation, and expressive, strong movements. And it draws directly from African and African American cultures. And in the same way, hip hop was also used to raise a voice against social injustice and promote a social pride. And it has had its global popularity throughout the entire world, in contemporary dance especially. My additional thoughts on watching these three films is that the story of Catherine Dunham was quite inspiring. The way, having a anthropology background, she decided to study dance, as its importance to culture. She moved to Africa to study the importance of African dance and and incorporated such dance styles to African American dance and combined them with modern dance and ballet. She used such information to raise power, to raise its voice against the social injustice that were faced by African American communities. Um, her influence, um, her influence in dance in general, and working as a social activist helped raise voices of generations of African American communities. Um, yeah. She inspired thousands of dancers and choreographers who themselves helped raise voice against adversity, social problems, racial violence, etc.